Members of the largest teachers union in the country have shot down a proposal to change the word mother to birthing parent in their contracts, but many parents are left wondering what this says about the state of education in our country now. Joining me to weigh in on this, co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice. Thank you so much for joining us, Tiffany. We appreciate it. I just want to start by getting your thoughts on this potential, but yet to happen, change in language.
I think it's wonderful that the 3 million members or 6,000 delegates of the National Education Association, which I really think should be renamed to the National Extremist Association, showed that they're not ready to get rid of the terms mother and father from schools either. And I think this is just one more sign that really teachers unions, the K-12 cartel in America now, as I refer to them, don't represent the teachers across America and certainly don't represent parents and children.
Well, I want to get their statement out because we do have it, and this is in part, NEA, with the National Education Association, is committed to the democratic processes and open debate. These values are fundamental, not just to NEA's vision as a union, but to our functioning as a multiracial democracy. So they make the argument here that essentially this is part of it's a discussion. They're talking about this. What do you think about the amount of effort, the time put into this potential idea?
I think that they're talking about this, and what American parents would like them to be talking about is literacy. We have a literacy crisis in this country with 2/3 of fourth graders not reading on grade level. The National Education Association is more interested in political activism than they are in teaching our children. And we do not believe that the majority of teachers in America agree with this nonsense, and we look forward to the teachers union losing more teachers every single day.
You know, this is an absolutely massive union, so they really, in theory and in practice, may have a significant impact on what's going on with children in classrooms all across America. But this language didn't happen. They didn't do it. Do you think that they received a pushback on this? And you mentioned that perhaps they should be focusing on other things. Do you think this was halted based on pushback?
Yes, absolutely. Normal American people don't say chest-feeding person or birthing person. We say mom and dad. It shows that the union is completely out of touch. Hopefully they're getting that message. We would like them, again, to focus back on teaching and learning. They talked about foreign policy, guns, abortion, climate change, but not teaching and learning at their representative assembly. So again, it's very important for American parents to understand you've got 6,000 delegates from the National Education Association meeting to have these discussions. Does that filter back into the classroom? And I think American parents are very concerned that it will.
The yearly meetings, they have these gatherings. What do you think that American parents all across the country can do when they're aware of these type of discussions going on? What can they do to influence an organization, that is this big?
I think parents can build relationships with teachers. At Moms for Liberty, we're all about building relationships with school board members, with school administrators, with teachers. I think it's important that we partner with our children's schools. What we're not willing to do at Moms for Liberty is co-parent with the government. And that's what that's what this effort of the unions is. They have an undue influence in our children's education. They kept schools closed. They put up for a vote forcing masking and COVID vaccines for all children in America. So again, teachers unions, get back to teaching kids and focusing on reading, and let the rest of Americans worry about raising our children. Thank you.
You bring me back to this place where over the course of the last year, and particularly in the pandemic, parents have sort of risen up and they've pushed back against either the union or the school boards in their communities about everything from masking to stay-at-home learning from home, when to reopen schools. As we're heading into an election year, here we are, we're the midterms just a few months away. Do you think we're going to be hearing a lot from parents that are talking about what they want to see happen with education as we're trying to still recover from the losses during the pandemic?
Absolutely. Parents are awake. Moms and dads are the true political party in America, and we are joyfully advocating so the current and future generations of our country will be able to reach their fullest potential. 2022 is the year of the parent, and the union better watch out because there are parents and community members running for school boards all across the country, and we are reclaiming public education in America.
And you have a lot of energy, Tiffany Justice. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of that energy and your insight with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.